Welcome, everybody, to AVP Next, Manhattan Beach. I'm your host, Chris Marlowe, and today we'll follow the events. What happened in Salt Lake City, Utah, the first AVP Pro Beach event of the year. We're also going to talk about Manhattan Beach, the granddaddy of them all, the biggest tournament in the universe. It's coming up this weekend. You can see that right here on the CBS Sports Network. We have a special guest. We want to get him involved. It's Sean Rosenthal, one of the champions this week in Salt Lake City. Phil Dalhausser had to catch a flight, so Rosie doing double duty. You'll have to answer Phil's questions too.
No worries. I got
Okay,
that.
do you think you can do that?
I think I got that.
All right, two-time Olympian Sean Rosenthal coming off the Olympics. You've got 2 fifths, one a good fifth. As you told me, the other one a very disappointing fifth. So you come out and you're looking for a new partner. Tell us how you got with Dalhausser.
Well, it was on our way to the AVP event last year in Cincinnati. We had a flight, got delayed. We're kind of hanging out in the airport, and I just kind of asked. It wasn't even a direct ask. It was kind of like, so my agent wants to know what I'm doing next year. So you know what you're doing? I'm like, well, if that's you asking me to play, then yes, I'm in. Let's do this. And
did he give it to you right away, or dangle you?
No, he didn't dangle me too much. It was pretty straightforward, I guess, right after that. But it was one of the hardest but easiest decisions of my life, because I had a great 7 years with Jake, and 2012 was our best year by far. We won the points title, and we were playing great. We won some tournaments, some Grand Slams, and but Phil came asking.
Just to put a period on that, you leaving Jake after playing together so long, I know you're great friends. Tell us how it went down that you had to tell him that you were leaving for Phil.
Well, that actually came. I kept it in through 2 tournaments. The Cincinnati AVP
didn't let it
event.
out? Didn't tell anybody?
Didn't tell anybody.
Oh my.
And then
cover up.
Yeah, definitely. And then Santa Barbara AVP championships last year. We came out. We won that tournament. And then Jake was jumping on the road going home, and we kind of got shuffled off and signing it and interviews and whatnot, and so I missed him live, and I had to call him on the phone on the way down, and I told him before that, or told him during his drive home over the phone, and it's just, hey, Phil asked me to play, and I can't say no.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything we've done.
Feel bad doing it, though?
A little bit, yeah. I thought I had everything planned out how I was going to say it, but it was a lot harder to do. No tears came. I held him back, but it was. He took it well. He's a great guy, and he said, I thought Todd and Phil were going to play one more year. I knew you guys were going to end up together, and and that was the only guy I would leave Jake for.
Yeah, breaking up is hard to do, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot like a relationship, and you're out here fighting and traveling and battling together, and we did it for a lot of years and had a good time doing it.
All right, so now you're with Phil Dalhausser. You got maybe the greatest player in the game, 6'9" Phil. He sets, he hits, he spikes, he does it all. They are together as a team. They come to Salt Lake City, first AVP tournament of the year. How will they do? Pick it up when we come back. Welcome back to AVP Next, Manhattan Beach. I'm Chris Marlowe. We're here in Salt Lake City post-event. Of course, the Manhattan Beach Open is coming up in a couple of days, and you're going to see it right here on the CBS Sports Network. You want to see the schedule? Do you? Here it is. Check it out. The full schedule. Of course, you can see live coverage on the CBS Sports Network of the finals each week, and our post-event show, AVP Next, where we recap the finals with the players and tease the next event. Continuing now in Salt Lake City with Sean Rosenthal. Once again, Phil Dalhausser had to catch a flight. So you're preparing for the finals. You win your crossover pretty easily, and I think you're probably expecting you're going to play Casey Patterson and Jake Gibb, the local heroes. There's going to be a throng of 5,000-10,000 people descending on you and just going crazy. And all of a sudden you look up, it's Todd Rogers and the Avatar. What'd you think?
Well, you can never be surprised when Todd Rogers wins a match. I mean, he's been doing it for years, and he's a great player, and Ryan's up and comer. He's 7-1, and he's a big boy out there. But we were hoping a little bit to play Jake and Casey out here in Salt Lake. Jake being a running Ute, and Casey being a BYU Cougar, and they had a lot of people out here watching, and And I was just hoping all week that we'd get that matchup in the finals, because we've both been playing well on the World Tour. And when we've had our opportunities matched up on the opposite sides of the bracket, we one team would mess up, the other team would go on to the Final Four or whatever. And you know, I really want to play Jake in the final. We've played him 3 times this year.
It's fun.
And it is fun.
Yeah, entertaining too.
And you know, Todd obviously played with Phil and won a gold medal together, so it's fun with them two playing too. With, you know, they're chirping under the net a little bit. I don't know how much the fans and people on TV can see that, but you know, it's fun. And I like Phil out there having fun again.
Okay, first set. I was a little surprised. I thought, oh, they're going to take it lightly because it's Rogers and Ryan Doherty, just because you were pumped up. But you guys actually came out of the gate fast. You got up on them quick. Phil's blocking some balls. You're digging 5-0. All right, so let's pick it up. Rosie and Phil are leading 9-5, and they start to turn the screws on Rogers and Doherty.
Avatar with a big ace down the line, catching Sean Rosenthal. A little bit of sleep right there.
So getting back to Doherty, we're talking about his baseball upbringing. He was the tallest player in minor and major league baseball history. They called Randy Johnson, you might remember him, the former pitcher. They called him the big unit. Well, Ryan Doherty was known when he was in the minor leagues as the bigger unit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I was speaking to him prior to the match. He said, you know what, he was my idol, he was my hero, and he actually met him, and that was a huge moment in his career. But he made it to about AA, he told me. Never really AAA or the big leagues, but can you imagine with that 7-1, the wingspan coming at you, sitting in the plate.
11-6, first set. Now Dahlhauser going short. Oh, that was very close to a call. They didn't make it. Rogers make that Rosenthal with the dig, and down the line he goes. Spectacular play by Sean Rosenthal.
Talk about converting on defense. That was absolutely textbook what Sean Rosenthal was able to pull off right there. He hangs and he runs this down, a complete read, but then he has the wherewithal to get up, and then look how precise that shot is down the line. That is what you train for. That is perfect execution.
Rosenthal, a 2-time USA Olympian, 5th twice with Jake Gibb. His latest 5th in London. And he told me that night when they lost to the Latvians in the quarterfinals was the most brutal loss he ever suffered. It was just very difficult to deal with. I said, how did you deal with that loss? He said, a bunch of my friends took me to a place called the Red Line, a joint that had been in London since 1802. We had a couple of drinks to drown our sorrows.
That's one way to deal.
12-7. And teeing off is Phil Dahlhauser.
It's very interesting. Phil Dahlhauser is so deceptive, and he knows how to use his strengths and his attributes and hit that ball at its apex, which makes it very difficult to play defense against it.
Todd Rogers, former partner, and squeezing it under the armpits. And a little chuckle between Rogers and Dahlhauser, the longtime partners and friends. So from 13-8, Rosenthal and Dahlhauser, you're in control. They're rolling, and they run it out to 21-13. An impressive win in that first set. They've got it all going on. But little did Rosenthal know that the Professor and the Avatar were plotting in the timeout, getting ready for set number 2. Stay tuned. Beautiful scenics overlooking the city of Salt Lake City. And we welcome you back. I'm Chris Marlowe on AVP Next, Manhattan Beach. And my special guest is Sean Rosenthal. His partner, Phil Dahlhauser, had to make a play. So Rosenthal, you're carrying the ball. You're playing both positions.
Hey, I'm in. I like that.
You're doing good. So Rosenthal and Dahlhauser, they've got an easy win over Rogers and his tall partner, Ryan Doherty. Second set, a lot more difficult. The Avatar is starting to get up and he's starting to work you, isn't he, a little bit?
You know,
he's like getting in on you.
That's a big kid up there for sure. Big hands, big boy.
What's it like hitting against him? Just give us, you get a good pass, a good set, and there he is.
Well, when that ball gets tight to the net, his hands are basically on it before I even get a chance to really swing at it. And I can really get away with that against most people. I can just go up and swing high hands or do something. But Ryan's big paws just sit on that ball, and things not going over the net. So I struggle a little bit with him. I've played against him many of times, and I know when those tight balls are there, I got to make something happen. And we were passing decent. Phil set me a little bit tight, and I was trying to make something happen, and he got me sometimes. I know he's going to get me.
Did you feel at all overconfident after winning that first set and coming into the second set?
No.
So it wasn't a letdown from you. We said on the broadcast, I did, that it looked like you guys had let down a little bit and they had stepped it up, and so that's why that second set was pretty competitive.
Yeah, well, we let them off the hook a little bit by giving up some points, and the first game we were scoring a lot of points, side and out. Second game they start scoring points themselves, which takes pressure off of them siding out a little bit. And they did a good job. I mean, Todd's one of the best defenders back there. He has been for years. And, Ryan's the biggest guy out on any tour. Yeah. He's the biggest guy playing volleyball. And when he gets on a little roll blocking, I got to make something happen. And I just kept swinging into it, and,
Let's check out some of that action. 1916. Doherty. Off speed, no, right into the middle of the net.
Yeah, what I don't like about that serve, it's a placement jump serve. He's not going for an ace there. He might as well just stand flat-footed and serve a float serve, because it was a placement serve. I'd like to see him be aggressive right now.
Didn't like it very much.
No.
Dane Bland. All right, Rogers on the attack. And there's the cut shot that goes out of bounds. So it looked like Rogers and Doherty were cruising to a second set win, and all of a sudden it is 19-18. Crowd comes alive. Dahlhauser and Rosenthal trying to catch up. I almost think Rogers is better when he gets a set in the middle, so he can go right and go left and give him a little room there, and that one went right there.
Yeah, Todd Rogers doesn't like a set outside. He likes a set in the middle of the court because he has more angles.
First set point for Doherty and Rogers. Rosenthal cross court, lights it up, and it's off Rogers, out of bounds.
Todd Rogers would like to have that one back. He was in the perfect position, but Rosenthal bringing the heat right there.
Yeah, Rosenthal knew Rogers was going to be there, and he just teed off. So second set point. Doherty and Rogers need a kill to stay alive and take it to a third set. Doherty. Got it! And so a breakthrough, Doherty says, how about us? The first time that Doherty and Rogers have beaten Dahlhauser and Rosenthal in a set this year. Third and final set coming up. Rosenthal and Dahlhauser, the Professor and Avatar. Stay tuned. Welcome back to AVP Next, Manhattan Beach. I'm your host, Chris Marlowe. We're chatting with Sean Rosenthal, the champion here in Salt Lake City. You're tied at one set apiece. Second set goes away. Rogers and the Avatar beat you. Give me a little bit of your mindset, a short mindset going into the third set.
During that timeout, we just, in between sets, we went in there and just said, hey, let's just clean it up. We're scoring points. We're getting a lot of opportunities. Clean up our side of the net, our side out, my passing, his setting, my decision making. And, that's just the mindset, Teams are going to get me. Teams are going to get on me, like Ryan, big guy, big blocker. But, we feel we have enough scoring opportunities to beat anybody.
Okay, so the mindset going into set number 3 is good. How did it play out? Let's take a look. That set looked a little bit low, but Doherty dealing with it.
Yeah, that's a nice shot by him right there into the corner. But remember when Phil and Todd used to play together, and the knock against them was they were pretty mellow,
Very methodical.
and they didn't really bring it. But now as you see Doherty with the smooth shot to the cross court. Now they're on separate teams, and Rosenthal's kind of the fiery one and Phil's the mellow one. But with Todd Rogers and Avatar, no one really is bringing the fire. I'd like to see Avatar be a little bit more vivacious, really bring it, and put those emotions on the line. We saw it when he won, trying to get the crowd involved, but I'd like to see that throughout the match.
I think he's focusing on his volleyball, and it's hard to do too much extra.
I want him to celebrate his successes.
There you go. Good hit by Rosenthal just a moment ago. Now Rogers in tight, and the line shot is out of bounds. And Rogers can't believe it. That's been his shot for the last 15 years. Go up, hang, and sizzle the pits on the line.
He's so good at it, and so deceptive. And he doesn't give you any points. Whenever I used to face him, it was like you had to earn the points. They weren't going to give you anything. He doesn't make unforced errors.
Very rare
often.
hitting error there for Rogers. 11-6. Dahlhauser and Rosenthal closing in. Doherty taps it, that's out of bounds. So Rogers and Doherty, after a bit of a streak, really struggling now. Body language not good at the moment.
No, the shoulders are slumping, they're looking down, things aren't going their way. They've put up a good fight until now, but this does not look like quite the same team we saw in that second set.
They broke through big in set number 2. But now, do they have one more run? Outserve, that could help. Always a chance in beach volleyball to come back. There have been some amazing comebacks in beach volleyball history. Rally scoring a little bit tougher. Doherty. Boy, he's got a very low toss for a big man.
I don't think he uses his full, he hit that ball at the apex. He uses his full reach. He used to really extend, and so that he has that kind of that trajectory that Phil has when he hits the ball. It should be no different. Actually, should be a little bit higher. And he'll get it. You know, he's in the finals here right now, and he's going to be really happy with this finish. It's a big improvement.
Rosenthal and Dahlhauser now just 2 points away from their first AVP victory. Together. Rosenthal flies it out of bounds. Dahlhauser over the top, chance, spinning, yes! Doherty. I think fans pull for him. They know he hasn't played volleyball for 15 years and that he's getting it together and learning on the fly and doing a good job of it.
I'd like to see his personality come out a little more, because I think you're right. The fans warm up to him immediately, and they're cheering for him. He's a likable guy.
And cross court goes Rosenthal. So Sean Rosenthal and Phil Dahlhauser. They have a chance for championship point. Crowd standing here.
Championship point.
14-9 our score. For the championship. Rogers down the line. Nice shot.
Phil wanted to end it right there, and he would have liked a block against his former partner, Todd Rogers. But Todd doing what he does so well down the line.
Second championship point for Sean and Phil. Smacking it. Avatar can't get there, and that is going to do it. So Rosenthal and Dahlhauser do indeed pull it off. Their first AVP win of the year, their 4th overall, including international. Congratulations on that. It's a nice win for you. Let's talk about Manhattan Beach next week. Rosenthal has already won Manhattan twice. His name's on there, but your name's not on there with Phil Dahlhauser. What are your expectations for the tournament coming up this weekend?
Well, our expectation every tournament we enter is to win. We want to go out there, play well, you know, it is my neck of the woods, and it is the granddaddy, and you know, I got to wake up in my own bed, at my house, cook my own breakfast, and you know, I'm excited, definitely excited. It was great to be back here, Salt Lake City this week, the AVP coming back, and now we got Manhattan next week. You know, I'm as ecstatic and excited as I can be.
Well, congratulations on the new partnership, and congratulations for your first win on the AVP Tour. We're sorry Phil couldn't be here to join you, but maybe he'll join you next week after a big win at Manhattan.
That would be great.
All right, congratulations.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.